of Leviathan's name has been suggested by some scholars to suggest Leviathan is a primeval sea serpent that encircles the earth with its body, which is a belief held by some of the Israelites' neighbors.
Leviathan. On Google Earth, you can find them 100%. There's a serpent's head. There's a serpent's tail in his mouth. It does circle right around Antarctica, the bottom of the earth. Now you can see where his head is, where his tail goes into his mouth. And if you all remember what just happened in that area, right by Leviathan's head, maybe he's breathing. Maybe that's what's causing the waves.
What does an alligator do whenever they freeze in the water? That's right. They stick their nose out of the water to make sure that they can still breathe in the frozen water. As you can see, people, this is what reptiles do whenever it's frozen. And as you can see right here at the bottom of Argentina and the top of Antarctica, we have what appears to be a large serpent right there. Can you see it, people? Right there. You probably think this is crazy, but I'm going to prove to you that thing is a fire-breathing dragon and still alive. As you can see right here, as we zoom in, you can see what appears to be nose holes. These same holes you can find on reptiles like snakes. Now, they look like islands, all right, of some sort, until I continue to zoom in and zoom in, right? Keep up with me, people. I have to show you. This is crazy. This is smoke, people. What we are seeing that is white is smoke, people. And I know you don't want to believe it. I'm going to show it to you. We're going to keep on going. And I want you to also look. These are crater holes. These holes are going down. All right. This is this thing's nose, and he has it out of the water. Still breathing, people. All right. Watch, people. Look. Say Central Islands. People, look. This is a crater. That is going down. Look at it. That is going down. Let's get closer. Look at that, people. That is smoke. People, this is a crater going down into a hole right here. And this is smoke, people, coming out of that hole. Look at that. That is smoke coming out of the nose hole on this thing, you guys. Look at this. Once again, look. That is a crater. Look at the shadowing. That is going down. That is going down into... Oh no, not inner earth. That's crazy. People, this thing still has its nose out of the water. Why? Look at it. Why? Because it's frozen, people. This thing is still frozen in hibernation. And it has its nose out of the water, people. So it can still breathe. I just look. Listen, people. Look. Those are holes, people. That is not a not a volcano. That is not an island. That is a hole going down, people. With smoke. This is crazy. Look, that is smoke, you guys. That is smoke. You can say whatever you want to about this stuff. Listen to me. That goes down. That is down, and this is inside of there. This smoke is coming out of those holes right there and coming up here, people. I believe this is part of the nose on this damn dragon. This is absolutely crazy. Absolutely. This is beyond me. Look at that, people. That's a crater. Right along with the other ones that are craters on this animal. Look at that thing, you guys. It is massive. And when I say, look at the wings. Look at the wings on this thing, you guys. Look at the wings. You have to be kidding me. This is crazy. You guys, I believe we live on a damn dragon. Puff, the magic dragon. Look at that. Now, the last time we had an earthquake at the Dragon's Mouth, about a week later, there was Hurricane Beryl. What you are looking at are the earthquakes in the last 24 hours in North and South America. Where you see the blue dot, once again, there was another earthquake in Venezuela at the place named the Dragon's Mouth. This just happened at 4 o'clock in the morning, all right? It registered a 4.5. Now, the last time we had an earthquake at the Dragon's Mouth, about a week later, there was Hurricane Beryl. I told you all, I warned you all, if you have people in the Caribbean area, do everything you can to get them out. Things are about to get rough. When I told you that Levi was woke, and we found the second Levi, and this one is moving the most out of all 6 that I found so far. Listen, people. The last time there was an earthquake in Venezuela at the Dragon's Mouth. A week later, we had Hurricane Beryl. Now, I want you guys to look at the United States. All of those earthquakes in the last 24 hours. Y'all do remember the future map of America, right? And if you look to the left, you'll see everywhere where those earthquakes are occurring is now underwater. You guys, Hurricane Beryl is just the beginning. And when I say just the beginning, it's not even going to be the largest, most destructive hurricane that you see this year. And I'd bet my TikTok on that.
Even Louisiana could be in play at this point. A very unpredictable storm this is. The dragon has been released.
Apparently, Robert, more dragons to come.
The dragon has been released.
Could this anomaly have been something more? Start of Hurricane Beryl.
And apparently, Robert, more dragons to come.
Could they be dropping hints?
The dragon has been released.
Coincidentally, it is the year of the dragon. And just for fun, this is Beryl Crystal.
All right, so I'm gonna give y'all the 411 on what's really going on. I'm about to put everything into perspective. Okay, so we hear about Russia bringing a submarine over there to Cuba. A submarine, out of all the ships, a submarine. And then for a good month, this guy has been, talking about this dragon. There's two dragons, one at the bottom of South America and then one around Cuba. So they end up banning him and firing him from his job for talking about it. And now we got this crazy hurricane called Hurricane Beryl, which is like a green color, by the way. This is the year of the dragon in Chinese zodiac. And then they put up some dragon blow up or whatever around the Empire State Building or one of those buildings in New York. And then recently, a weather reporter like down there in Jamaica was reporting about the Hurricane Beryl and just said that they released the dragon. But stay around for part 2 because I'm going to get deep with this. History is about to repeat. And then it's also been 80-foot waves in the Atlantic. So the guy that was talking about the dragon got banned and fired from his job because he was talking about a dragon. The dragon ain't real, right? No, come on, man. It's a dragon the size of a continent. So why fire him? So why ban him if it ain't real? And I heard also multiple content creators with over 100K that were truth seekers or conspiracy theorists got banned too. Why ban these people if they're just no threat? I mean, ain't these people in their own little imaginary world? See, these people getting banned because they're telling the truth. They're exposing the truth. They're doing their research too. They're making it make sense to everybody. And yeah, this stuff is some unbelievable stuff, but man, they're making a lot of sense. It's called control media, the war on information.
There's a man on TikTok who keeps getting banned for talking about a dragon. At first, I was like the rest of you all. I said, that's a little far-fetched. But today, I want to show you something that will make your mind go, Was Dragon Man telling the truth? Check this out.
Okay, we gotta talk about these whales that I'm seeing all over my FYP lately. People saying it has to do with Leviathan, the sea serpent, or it's another sign or end times revelation prophecy of Jesus coming back. But that is not even the case. Why? Let's get into it. The Leviathan was a primordial sea beast created by God. God loved it in his eyes. It was a symbol of God's power of creation. Thus, he gave Leviathan authority to rule over the earth's oceans. But later on, we find out in Psalm 74 that Leviathan was becoming a major threat to the Israelites, to God's people. So God killed Leviathan and gave his people meat pieces of that Leviathan to them because they were starving. Thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces, and gavest him to be meat to the people inhabiting in the wilderness. Now we fast forward to the war in heaven in the book of Revelations, and you're probably wondering, what does Leviathan have to do with that? Well, let's see. We know that in Revelations 12 it talks about Michael and his army defeating Satan and his army, and when it says the great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. So it makes you think the serpent, the sea serpent Leviathan, is probably the embodiment of Satan. But this is where it gets even crazier. The pieces of the Leviathan was said to have fallen at the exact time Lucifer and his angels were defeated and cast out of heaven before colliding into the abyss. Now listen here. The Leviathan was said to have taken a life of its own from the mixture of heaven's fire and watery chaos, becoming its own entity, which soon found itself among hell's ranks. Which as Christians we know of today as Leviathan, the demon of envy, the demon lord associated with the other demon lords of hell with the 6 other deadly sins. Lastly, we go to Revelations 21, where it talks about God creating the new heaven and the new earth, chaos being dead, Leviathan being dead, Satan being dead, and death itself being dead. So no, Leviathan is not the cause of the whales getting together and acting weird. It's probably some simple rushed migration they're dealing with right now, but if we split up the Leviathan in past, present, and future, we can say that Leviathan was killed in the past. Today, in the present, Leviathan is not free swimming around. Leviathan is rather, in terms, confined or locked up. And in the future, we can say, in the future of Revelations, in the end times, Leviathan will finally be killed forever.
Let me just say this real quick, and I want y'all to take heed to it. Something big is coming. I don't know when, I don't know where, the time, the hour, or the day. Have y'all noticed that every single content creator is starting to get banned off of TikTok by speaking the truth? Ever since they've been talking about this beast called Leviathan, a lot of content creators are getting banned. When content creators get on here and talk about the cure of cancer and AIDS and HIV, they automatically get banned. When content creators like myself talk about ground beef and how ground beef is not real and it might be human meat, those content creators get banned. Anything that has something to do with the rapture or the world coming to an end or anything of that sort, content creators get banned. When the government get exposed, content creators get banned. And now we got this beast called Leviathan. A lot of content creators got banned, exposing it and talking about it. But because we know knowledge, and knowledge is power, knowledge is key, something strange, weird, sinister is going to happen. Something is off.
What the fuck is going on here?